Siteyogi.org. Mann detecting true lies. Police officers' ability to detect suspects' lies. Background. This is the second study we'll be looking at from the interviewing suspects section of Making a Case as part of your OCR A2 psychology exam. It is further categorized into detecting lies. Can you tell when someone is lying? If you answered yes, what cues do you use to detect lies? Eye movements, gestures? Could you detect lies at a rate better than chance, which would be 50%? This would mean that you would have to be able to ascertain accurately the truthfulness of at least 6 out of 10 statements. Previous research only used students for their samples and was therefore ethnocentric and lacking in ecological validity. Mann used the first sample consisting of real police officers to research lie detection. Some of the cues which Imbal suggested for lie detection was gaze aversion, displaying unnatural posture changes, exhibiting self-manipulations and placing the hand over mouth or eyes when speaking. However, none of these behaviours have been found to reliably be related to lying in deception research. Aim: to test a police officer's ability to distinguish truths and lies during police interviews with suspects. Participants: 99 British police officers from the county of Kent. 24 were female and 75 were male. Their age ranged from 22 to 52 years. 78 participants were from the Criminal Investigation Department. 8 were police trainers. 4 were traffic officers, and the remaining 9 were uniform response officers. The average time served with the police was 11.2 years, and the range of time served was 1 to 30 years. Procedure: the independent variable was if the clips were truthful or deceitful statements. Dependent variables were the accuracy scores, either 1 for correct or 0 for false. The self-reported behaviours which each participant associated with deception before and after the task. Self-reported cues used to detect deception. Self-reported confidence scores during and after the task. The participants were asked to judge the truthfulness of real suspects in videos of 14 real police interviews. The police officers all completed this task individually. Before they completed the task, they filled out a questionnaire about their age, gender, length of service, division, perceived level of experience in interviewing suspects on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being totally inexperienced and 5 being highly experienced. The mean score on this was 3.75. And the verbal or non-verbal cues they used to decide whether another person is lying or telling the truth. After completing the questionnaire, the participants were given the following instructions. You are about to see a selection of clips of suspects who are either lying or telling the truth. The clips may vary considerably in length, and the suspects may appear on several occasions. This is irrelevant. They will either be lying the whole length of the clip or truth-telling for the whole length of the clip. After viewing each clip, I would like you to indicate whether you think the suspect is lying or telling the truth, and how confident you are of your decision on a 7-point scale. If you recognize any of the suspects, please bring it to my attention. Upon completing this task, the participants answered more questions on the questionnaire. These were questions about how they had distinguished truth from lies and questions about their confidence in their judgments. The cameras recorded that were used to record the suspects were high quality enough to show eye blinks but not to show subtler face movements. In some cases, the suspect's legs could not be seen, thus legs movements were not analysed. The audio was of good quality. Videos were only shown if the truthfulness of each word was known to the researchers. The length of each video clip varied from 6 to 145 seconds. In total there were 54 clips, 23 truthful and 31 deceptive. The number of clips for each suspect varied between a minimum of 2 to a maximum of 8. This ensured that each participant viewed at least one truth and one lie. The clips were presented in a random order to ensure the same suspect was not viewed consecutively. Permission to approach and use police officers was granted by the Chief Constable. The police officers were told that they would be participating in a study about police officers' ability to detect deception. They were also informed that their participation would be anonymous. Results. The difference between the mean lie accuracy and truth accuracy was not significant, 66.2 and 63.6% respectively. However, these results were significantly above chance, which of course was 50%. For the 99 participants, in total, 677 behaviours mentioned on the questionnaires before and after completing the task were coded. Participants mentioned a mean of 6.84 behaviours. The most frequently mentioned cues to detect lying were gaze, movement, vagueness, contradictions, and fidgeting. Participants were significantly more confident after they had viewed a truthful clip than after they had viewed a deceitful clip. Those two confidence measures were significantly correlated with each other. Experience in interviewing was weakly positively correlated with truth accuracy and lie accuracy. Neither truth accuracy, truth confidence correlation, nor the lie accuracy, lie confidence correlation were significant. Neither was the post-task estimated accuracy significantly correlated with the actual lie accuracy or actual truth accuracy. Age, length in service, and experience in interviewing suspects were not significantly correlated with truth confidence, lie confidence, or post-task estimated accuracy. Conclusions. The level of accuracy found in this study exceed those found in other studies and are the highest for a group of ordinary police officers. The more experience a police officer had, the better they are at distinguishing truth from lies. Higher accuracy is found in people who do not use stereotypical inbow cues when detecting lies. They instead rely more on story cues, for example contradictions, as opposed to eye movements. Mann et al. Evaluation. Remember, this is not an exhaustive list and you are highly recommended to make your own up in order to better understand the study. A weakness. There was no control group. Therefore, comparisons cannot be made between police officers and lay people to understand if there is something fundamentally different about police officers that makes them better or worse at detecting lies than lay people. A strength is their ethics. Because of the no control group, ordinary people could not be allowed access to real case materials, therefore it's highly ethical. Another strength is the high standardization. The experiment is highly standardized. Each participant was subject to the same videos and suspects. Another strength is ecological validity. As the experiment used real police officers, we can say that the experiment is high in ecological validity. However, we can also argue the opposite as participants only watched videos of suspects. Another strength of ethics is the participants were informed beforehand about the interview. We can say the study was ethical. They were also told that their participation would be anonymous, which it was. Ethnocentrism is a weakness because the study only focused on British police officers and therefore cannot be generalised to other populations. Experimental bias is a strength because there is none present, because the results of both experiments were analysed by a laboratory assistants who were blind to the conditions. Construct validity is a strength because the results of the study show support for the effectiveness of the cognitive interview. If you've enjoyed this Psych Yogi video, why not subscribe to keep up with all the latest videos.